Right. Yankees blow it. They drop a game to the Cardinals that, man, what a heck of a game, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. Obviously, the trade deadline was today. The Yankees failed to deliver once again at the trade deadline. And then even with all that said, it was a great game today at the stadium versus the Cardinals. The Yankees come back after being down 6-zip, right? Cam Schiller obviously didn't have his best outing. Yankees down 6-zip, and they managed to come back, but for no reason, because despite the Luis Garcia 2-run go-ahead home run, which we'll get into in a second, it was simply electric, man. It gave me goosebumps, man. I was jumping in my seat. Despite all that, the Yankees bullpen shit the bed and give up 7 runs immediately. Was it 7 or 8 runs, something like that? And that's all she wrote, man. The Yankees drop it. They dropped this game 13-7. In a tough one, man. I'm gonna be honest, this was a tough one. It felt like when Luis Garcia hit that home run, it really felt like the Yankees, like this was the beginning of something special. For me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking into this too much. Maybe I've been drinking too much. I don't know. But it felt like something special. And it was all for naught because immediately, Aaron Boone leaves Ryan Yarbrough out there. The first person he faces hits a triple because freaking Trent Grisham can't play center field. And despite the Yankees hitting 5 home runs, who loses? Who hits 5 home runs and manages to lose by 6 runs still? Only the Yankees. Only the Yankees could do that. Very man, this was deflating. I'm not gonna lie. This was a tough one for me. It was a tough loss, man. I don't like that. And we'll get into all of that. But first, breaking news, right?
He'll be the starting shortstop for the Yankees. They got a ton of offense today.
George Lombard Jr. is officially making his major league debut. Let's freaking go, baby.
Will handle everything he needs to handle defensively, and we will see what he's able to give the Yankees offensively.
So Curry exclusive, George Lombard Jr. on the way up to
the Volpe era is
He'll be the
officially
starting shortstop
over
for the Yankees. They got a ton of offense today. They got those 5 home runs, but they have been struggling
Volpe, like Aiden says.
They feel Lombard Jr. will handle everything he needs to handle defensively, and we will see what he's able to give the Yankees offensively.
Like, man,
so Curry exclusive.
This
George
couldn't
Lombard
have come
Jr.
anytime
on the
soon,
way
man.
up
We needed
to
this.
the New York
We
Yankees.
needed
He'll be
this.
the starting
We
shortstop for the
absolutely
Yankees.
needed this.
They got a ton of
Let's
offense
freaking
today.
go.
They got those.
The starting shortstop for the Yankees. You know what that means, guys? Volpe's fucking gone, dude. He can't even be there. There's no point of even having him there. What, are you gonna play him off the bench? He's gonna look. I don't want to seem like very. It's nothing personal against Volpe, man, but his time has come. He's way past due, right? The Volpe era has run its course. The same thing with the Wells era. Granted, Wells did hit a big home run today, but his time has come too. But we don't have a replacement for him. We have a replacement for Volpe. And man, shout out to the Yankees. We knew this was coming, obviously, but man, and I hope, man, knock on wood, right? I hope to God, and I'm not gonna this is not to put a lot of pressure on Lombard, because unfortunately, I'm sure that a lot of Yankee fans are going to put a lot of pressure. They're going to see George Lombard Jr. as the savior. Like, this guy needs to come and turn this team around. And that's just not the case, right? The guy's a rookie. We gotta have patience with him. Let's afford him the same patience. Because Yankee fans, we have very little patience. Let's give him the same slack we gave. I'm not going to say Volpe, because Volpe had 4 years, but let's give him some time. But I think, man, I have a good feeling about this, guys. I think that he's going to hit the ground running. I really do. And I hope he does. I hope he comes up here and hits the ground running and we never look back, right? And we forget about the days of having a shortstop with no arm, right? So shout out to George Lombard Jr., man. He's absolutely killing it down there. Well-deserved, man. The dude, he freaking earned this, man. He balled his ass off this season down in AAA. All the question marks about whether he can hit have been answered, man. He is ready. He's absolutely ready. Look, I'm glad. Like, if the Yankees did one thing right today, If they did one thing right today, it was calling this kid up. So congratulations to him, man. Congratulations to my man. But on the other hand, right, Luis Garcia, man, let me tell you something. Somebody pointed this out. I was watching the Ace Avenues live play-by-play, and somebody pointed out he gives me kind of Robinson Cano-esque kind of swing, man. His swing is smooth. His swing is butter, bro. Straight butter. And he came through today with 2 hits. Obviously, the big home run was just absolutely electrifying.
The 2-2. Garcia gets it right. Deep right field.
I'm telling you, I'm getting goosebumps now. I'm getting goosebumps now, man. This dude's he's a baller. He's definitely a baller. Let's freaking go, man. The stadium was rocking at that point. At that point, the stadium was absolutely going nuts. It almost felt like a playoff, right? Like a playoff game. And for nothing, because Chivilly came in and just, well, Yarbrough started it all, but they just blew it. The bullpen blew it. And the bad thing, man, look, we didn't reinforce the bullpen. We did not reinforce the bullpen. So what you see is what you get when it comes to the bullpen. Unless Lagrange gets healthy soon and we bring some guys up. But yeah, what you see is what you get with the bullpen. So, take that for what it's worth. Take that for what it's worth. Let me say what's up to the chat, man. You guys are, man, 80s in the building. They optioned down Chivilly, Anthony Volpe, and Dominguez down the AAA Scranton. Yeah. That's what I was saying. There's no way you can have Volpe up here with George Lombard Jr. here. It's just, the two can't coexist, unfortunately. It is what it is. The two cannot coexist. So, yeah, Jacob says, Custodio, my brother, Lombard, Ramos, and Volpe. Yep. Yeah, Jason Dominguez, he got sent down. And I saw that once they signed Elliot freaking Ramos, I knew that Jason Dominguez was out of here. I thought he was going to get traded, though, and we was going to get somebody else, but that didn't happen. And unfortunately, look, I feel like, I think, man, because I like Jason Dominguez, I really do. But his baseball IQ is just, it's not there, man. And I'm not saying that it's going to be like that forever, because we got to remember that Jason Dominguez is only 22 years old. So he's going to make mistakes, but man, he makes some of these mistakes that it's just unacceptable, man, on a major league team. You can't have guys sliding through bases and misplaying balls like he does in the outfield. So maybe, look, I thought he would get dealt this trade deadline. Obviously, that didn't happen. So he's one of these guys that in the offseason, I'd be surprised if he returns. Because, look, he's getting to the point, even though he's only 22 years old, but he's been in the system for quite some time now. Either he's going to play or you got to move him. It's one of those things. And I think that they should, this offseason, he might be the guy to get moved. No, who knows? Because freaking injuries happen and all that stuff. So who knows? Bye-bye, Volpe. For now, they should have, I don't understand why they didn't just trade Volpe, man. Why didn't you just find somewhere to, what are you going to do? Send him down to AAA and do what? And really? And do what? My thing is, look, you called up George Lombard Jr. That's it. There is no sending him back down this season. You guys understand what I'm saying? He is up here to stay. I don't care if and I don't think this will happen. I have a good feeling that he's going to hit the ground running and produce as soon as he gets here. But even if he doesn't, even if he struggles, there's no way you send him back down. You can't do that, If you called him up now, he is here to stay for the remainder of this season, at the very least. So yeah, I agree with you, man. Bye-bye, Volpe. We're not going to see Volpe again. That's why I don't understand why they didn't just trade him. You find any at this point, you get whatever you can get for him. Whatever you can get from him, even if it's just a prospect somewhere, not even a team's top 100, top 50 prospects, whatever it is. You get something for him and you just move on. They didn't do that. Obviously, he's going to be in AAA, so who knows what's going to happen. Who knows? Yeah, Jones is better than Dominguez. He struck out a few times today, but I think he's very close. He was getting fooled by this dude's changeup, Spencer Jones. That low changeup, man, was killing him, but he was just missing him. I think, look, I think from all my years of watching baseball, when I watch Spencer Jones, I see a ball player, man. Yeah, he strikes out a lot, but I could see the potential there. Like, man, he's very close. He could be a superstar. He can be a superstar in this game. He has all the tools. He got all the tools, man. And I think that you don't just pass up on that lightly, right? Dominguez too has a bunch of talent, but when I compare the two, I like Spencer Jones more, my opinion. So Mr. Snow says Blue Jays are 5-2. Let me tell you, Mr. Snow, nobody gives a fuck about the Blue Jays over here. All right. You guys, I wish you guys the best, but nobody cares, bro. You guys are way down there. You're not even on the radar right now. No one is going to give Lombard pressure. This is damage control by Cashman. Yeah, I think this is kind of just. I mean, he had to do it. He had to do it. He's balling out, and you just can't keep Volpe up here like that. He had to eat his own words and send Volpe down. I wouldn't be surprised, man, at the first inkling, if somebody gets injured or anything on this team, don't be surprised if they call Volpe back up. Because Cashman loves Volpe, man. Volpe's his darling, but look, if the Yankees didn't do anything right today, they did one thing right. And they called up George Lombard Jr. and sent down Volpe. So I even though I was upset, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not happy with this trade deadline. I grade this trade deadline. It gets a passing grade, a C. I give it like a C minus, just barely pass. And that's just off the strength that you guys an incredible bat like in Luis Garcia. And we saw that today. So he gets a C minus, Brian Cashman. But in a season where the AL, the American League is wide open, the American League is dog shit, man. Let's be honest. Like whoever really wants it could freaking Euro step their way into the World Series in the American League. And the Yankees didn't go all in. The Rays did. I think the Red Sox did. The Yankees didn't. For whatever reason, they didn't, but they did get a good bat. And we saw it today. They got a good bat, and he looks like he's built for the moment. And when I look at Luis Garcia today, he looks like a guy. I don't want to compare him to Juan Soto because that's just crazy. But Luis Garcia looks like a guy who's built for the moment. Whatever that means, right? He looks like a guy who's just built for it, man. He gives me that Robinson Cano kind of smooth like butter lefty swing that's just built for Yankee Stadium. So I do like that trade. I don't like the way they're going to platoon him because I wouldn't be surprised, right? Like, guys, don't be surprised if he's not in the lineup tomorrow, okay? Don't be surprised if Luis Garcia is not in the lineup tomorrow. Don't be surprised because that's classic. That's Boonism. That is Boonism. Classic Boonism. Damn, they got my man in the Yankee uniform already looking freaking looking sexy. Yeah, he got a weird buck tooth grin, man. I like this dude already. I really do. And look, maybe that's just me being optimistic. I do like I don't know if he gives me a good feeling, right? He really does. The same way I get a good feeling about George Lombard Jr. Obviously, look, the dude's a rookie. He's gonna have to go through his growing pains, but I feel like this is George Lombard Jr. Look, and it's not to put pressure on anything. I think that this is the guy. When we get up here, he's gonna be like, man, this is the shortstop we've been waiting for since Didi Gregorius. You know, we haven't had a legit shortstop, and by legit I mean just average, just an average baseball player. We haven't had an average shortstop since Didi Gregorius. You know, and I think that Lombard could do it. So if you're just joining us, George Lombard Jr. being promoted to the major leagues, man, finally, right? Finally, this is the year that all these guys that we've been hearing about for so long are are actually getting their shot. Spencer Jones is up here. Jason Dominguez is up here. George Lombard Jr. is going to be up here. Now all we need is for Carlos Legrand to get healthy and come up here and start pitching. That's all we need. That is all we need, folks. But, with all that being said, right, it's still a bad night. The Yankees lose in a terrible fashion, man. After coming back down 6-0, hitting 5 home runs to come back, Luis Garcia, Major League debut, hitting a 2-run go-ahead home run for the New York Yankees. The stadium is going crazy. It's erupting. It's just freaking pandemonium in Yankee Stadium. All for Boone to leaving Ryan Yarbrough there. Ryan Yarbrough was in there because we were getting blown out. Why leave him in there? As soon as we got the lead, we had a 1-run lead. He should have brung in Chili Willie then. And Chili Willie's my nickname for Chivilli, who happened to get sent down too. And he didn't. And look, I'm not saying that Chili Willie, that it wasn't his fault or anything like that, man. And then we had Fernando Cruz coming. Like, what are we doing, man? At that point, look, in the 9th inning when it's 13-6, 13-7, why are we, I don't know, why do we have these guys pitching? Why did he bring in Cruz? I don't understand. Why did he bring in Fernando Cruz in the 9th inning there? Can somebody explain that to me, please? Or am I bugging? Am I missing something? Why did Fernando Cruz pitch this game when we were down by 6? Like, why? I don't, man, look, this is the kind of stuff, man, that it blows my mind, guys. Like, this is why I get mad. So, Neil, I don't have the face filters no more. There's no more face filters, guys. I got rid of the face filters. And if you guys are just joining, like, I used to have commands, like you could put a command in the chat and it'll put a face filter on me. That's gone, man. I'm not doing that no more. It's too much to do, and it's not worth it. Yassine says Cashman needs to be fired. He had a terrible trade deadline. How do you not get it? Catch in a bullpen pitcher? But here's the thing, Yassine. He had a terrible trade deadline last year too. Think about it. Out of all the guys he got last year, the only guys who's still around is Jose Caballero and David Bednar. Right? And even the year before that was a bad trade deadline. I'll be honest, I can't remember the last time he had a good trade deadline. I mean, it has to be at least a good 15 years or more, since 2009, possibly, since he had a good trade deadline. Yeah, Jonathan, I just, like, the face filters and stuff, it was just causing too much trouble that it wasn't even worth it, for me personally. Jacob says horrible play by Grish in the 8th. Yeah, man, that was a bad that started the rally for the Cardinals, man. Lombard getting called up. Yeah, that's what we did. And for you guys that just joining us, I'll play it again.
He'll be the starting shortstop for the Yankees. They got a ton of offense today. They got those 5 home runs, but they have been struggling offensively. They feel Lombard Jr. will handle everything he needs to handle defensively, and we will see what he's able to give the Yankees offensively.
The Curry exclusive, George Lombard Jr. on the way up to the New York Yankees.
He'll be the starting shortstop for the Yankees. Yeah. They got a ton of offense today.
Anyway. Yeah, man. He's been raking down there. Like, look, the Yankees had to call him up because at this point, I think the Yankees fan base, and it's bad when even the Yankees apologetics, man, the guys who swear by Brian Cashman and the Yankees and Boone, even they were questioning this. Like, man, this is bad. Even the people that love Boone, the people that back Cashman every move, were saying, like, man, this is not good. This is not good. So, yeah, he had to bring up George. There was no way you could leave him down there and Volpe up here. Just absolutely, you just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Ryan McMahon he hit a home run today. Ryan McMahon still has value to me, though. That's the thing. I get it, right? Ryan McMahon is not the greatest hitter, but for some reason he seems to be. I don't want to say clutch, but he's kind of sneaky. Comes up with big hits every now and then. And look, Ryan McMahon is not a good hitter. Right? Let's just be honest. He's not a good hitter, but he does have value. The guy is an elite defender at third base. I'm not talking about good, average. I'm talking about elite. So he does have value. So I can see him being here, right? I can't see a Volpe being here. There's nothing good about him, right? I guess he's hitting lefties decent. But you can't say like he's not elite at anything. Right? There's not a better third baseman than Ryan McMahon on the Yankees right now. Plain and simple, right? Whether you like him or not, there isn't a better third baseman. So he has value. Travilli got sent down, yeah. What is the corresponding move? That's the crazy thing though, Sunil, is that we didn't. If anything, we downgraded the bullpen when we traded Giovanni Cruz, right? And look, I get it. I'm happy we did because I like Luis Garcia, but once we traded him, we downgraded our bullpen, right? We didn't fill these arms, right? We got rid of Doval. Get it? Granted, Doval was trash, right? I wanted to see him go, but that's still an arm that we got to make up for. That's why we seen freaking Kervin Castro or whatever up here today. Like, who the fuck is this guy, right? So, let me take this off. I'm mad loud right now. Yeah, so they got to do something. They got to fill it. The thing is that the trade deadline's up, man. So with the bullpen, what you see is what you get. They, man, unless they go sign some free agents somewhere, or I don't know, man, or start calling up guys from the farm. But I think the Yankees are relying heavy on Clark Schmidt and Carlos Rodon to come back. Once they come back, they can start sliding David Weathers, a Will Warren or Clark Schmidt, whoever they are going to put in the bullpen. They could start doing that as soon as these guys come back. That's a big if, though. So I'm assuming Cabby and Labarda in the lineup tomorrow. Who's pitching tomorrow? Excuse me. That's what we got to see. Who's pitching tomorrow? I don't have the pitchers matchup thing here. Yeah, it depends who's pitching. Look, if there's I don't know. I don't think Cabby will play. I think George Lombard Jr. will get the start and Cabby will be on the bench. Look, whether you like it or not, Caballero, he's a decent player. He's a good utility player, but he's a bench player. That's what he is. That is what he is. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Let me see something here. What's today's date? Give me a second, guys. I'm looking for something here. Let's go. Let's listen to Boone and what he had to say while I do this right here in the background. Put that up here.
Obviously, in a night where you're using the full pen and, you don't have much, especially if it's a tie situation, in an extra scenario. So just felt good about knowing at least let's flip the lefty to the righty there, and felt good about Yarbs there to get us started, and just being mindful of some of the workload of these guys.
Prior to that, Cam did not necessarily look like himself tonight. Just why did he struggle in your mind?
Yeah, he just never got into a good rhythm. I felt like a lot of kind of for him kind of non-competitive pitches where I think some like easy takes for them like to where innings. Obviously a lot of really long at bats. Then they were able to foul a lot of pitches off to extend those at bats. So just never was getting his stuff to the places consistently that he wanted to and that he normally does. And I just felt like he wasn't in a good rhythm.
prices were too high. How do you feel about your bullpen, especially as you're waiting for?
That's a good question.
some of these-
How do you feel about this bullpen? I don't feel good about the bullpen. I'm not going to lie. I don't feel good about the bullpen right now.
Reinforcements to come.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really good about our pen. Obviously,
Yeah, right.
Look, you're going to have
This
the
dude's full of
occasional night
shit.
like this, and part of that is the stretch we're in, where we're playing every day. We got some off days coming, where hopefully, we can get some guys some more rest. Hopefully, the offense gets going, because the offense goes a long way in protecting guys on certain nights.
What's the point of getting the offense? Today we got the offense going. What's the point if your bullpen's going to blow it? It's like, I don't know, man. I don't trust this bullpen. I'm going to be honest. I don't trust this bullpen. Something's got to give. Hopefully, when Rodon and Clark Schmidt comes back, hopefully they can figure this thing out. But I really don't trust the bullpen right now.
And as as the Rodons and the
Yassin hit it. The bullpen is
Schmitz
gas,
of the
bro.
world, get back
They're burnt
into
out.
it. That's going to push some guys to different spots. That's only going to make our staff that much deeper.
All right, I don't want to listen to this guy now. Yeah, the bullpen's burnt out, man. Boone don't even know how to use the pen. He doesn't. The fact that he brought in Fernando Cruz in the ninth today, I was like, why? Like, what was the point of that? Can somebody explain that to me? Like, sometimes I really feel like, man, am I dumb? Like, 'cause this doesn't seem right. Am I the only one who's questioning this? Like, why are we doing this? I don't know. I have absolutely no. But anyway, let's look at the pitching matchup tomorrow. And this is the pitching matchup tomorrow. Hunter Dobbins versus Ryan Weathers. It's a pretty good matchup, man. These guys are both pretty even keeled. Obviously, I don't know. Is Hunter Dobbins even a starter? Because he don't have a lot of innings pitched. Are they throwing a bullpen game? Who knows, right? But this is the matchup tomorrow. A right-handed pitcher, so Luis Garcia will be playing, which is good. I want to see more of him. And hopefully Ryan Weathers could step up, man. This is a guy that we need him to step up. He's 4-7. Yeah, I mean, he's had good outings, but for some reason he struggles versus decent lineups. I noticed that. Like, he is not the guy you want out there. I'm not even sure if he's a fifth starter. I think maybe it would do him justice to just put him in the bullpen. And that's probably what the Yankees are going to do anyway. Let me get to the chat, man. You guys are killing it. My bad, man. I've been ignoring you guys. Sunil says Brian McMahon is the infield version of Joey Gallo. Nah, I think he's better than Joey Gallo. They have to hope LeGrand recovers. Yeah. Oh, Ryan Weathers, my bad, David Weathers. Yeah, man. Sometimes I get, for like when we first drafted Spencer Jones, I swear for like the first 3 years, I kept calling him Shane Spencer. It goes to tell you, like, the names are scrambled in my mind, man. I've been calling Spencer Jones Shane Spencer till like this year. This year, I finally got his name down. It's Spencer Jones, not Shane Spencer. But yeah, they get, man, I don't know. It gets scrambled. Mr. Snow is asking about some guys the Blue Jays picked up. Bullpen availability, Jason. The major arms were gas. I don't care, man. I do not care. There's no... Fernando Cruz is one of the most important arms you got. And then, look, Chili Willie, man. Chivilli got sent down anyway. I would have been like... Throw till your arm falls off. Have at it, right? Have at it at that point. Yeah, Luis Garcia is going to play tomorrow, Daniel, for sure. If he's not playing tomorrow, oh my God. Hunter Dobbins is a former Boston Red Sox pitcher. Any good free agent relievers out there? Unless you want to sign freaking Adam Ottavino or somebody like that, man. Bring in one of these old guys, man, who's just sitting home. Nah, I don't think so, man. I think the Yankees are relying. We're banking on Clark Schmidt, Carlos Rodon returning so we can move some guys into the bullpen and possibly a Lagrange or somebody in the farm if we really need to. I think that's what the Yankees are banking on. I think I don't even think they think Carlos Lagrange is going to make it up here this year, especially after that injury. That's a huge setback, but I hope he does, man. We need some. We don't have anybody. You know, I get it. Duvall was trash, but he was the only guy in that bullpen who could really, really fucking throw gas, man. We need somebody who can throw gas. I hope Carlos Lagrange can get healthy and get up here, man, at least before the season's up. At least in September, for September call-ups, maybe mid-September or something. I want to see him up here throwing gas, man. Let's get these guys up here. Let's see what they're made of. We needed to send Wells down and get a good catcher today. Yeah, but we didn't get it. So Wells ain't going nowhere, man. Like, even if we got a catcher today, Wells wasn't going anywhere. I knew that already. I knew that the chances of Wells being out of here today was very slim. Even if we would have picked up another catcher, it would have been Wells and that catcher. They would have both been platooning this thing, you know? Because you got to have some kind of continuity, too, because you got to think about it, right? Wells is the only guy who knows these pitchers. He knows the system. He knows everything. So he ain't going anywhere. I don't think Ali Sanchez is going anywhere either. Not for the time being. Yeah, Duvall gave up a home run yeah, I saw that. He gave it to Stevenson too, right? Didn't he give it to the guy that we were trying to get or something like that? Something crazy like that. I don't know. I don't know, man. But look, even with all that being said, look, we're excited about Luis Garcia. We're excited about George Lombard Jr. And that's it, man. I'll be honest. I'm not excited about anything else on this team. I'm not excited about big Giancarlo Stanton coming back. I'm not excited about Carlos Rodon coming back. I'm definitely not excited about Clark Schmidt coming back. Outside of Aaron Judge, man, if they come out tomorrow and say Aaron Judge is working out or starting baseball activities or something, he's gonna do some rehab or something, that'll get me excited. But outside of Aaron Judge, man, bro, this team is cooked, man. They cooked. Yeah, like Mr. Snow said, unless you want to re-sign Marcus Stroman, not happening. It's not happening. This team, man, it's just, I feel like they didn't do enough, you know. We lost this trade deadline. It was a big L. We didn't do enough. In my opinion. I'd be really surprised, man. Hopefully, look, I'm hopeful that everybody gets healthy and comes back. But even that, even the thought of Aaron Judge playing again this year seems more far-fetched, right? Because if they really thought that Aaron Judge was coming back, don't you think they would have did more? They would have got the catcher. They would have did other moves. They wouldn't have gotten another freaking DH platoon. I don't know, man. I hope he comes back, man, because this team really needs him. And even then, I don't think they're good enough. Even if Aaron Judge came back tomorrow, we'll be better, but I don't think we're good enough, you know, to really say that this team could go all the way. So it is what it is, man. What are you gonna do? But I wish they'd at least come out and give us a timeline on Aaron Judge. Like, look, this is when we expect him to come back. But they're not even doing that, man. They just like, oh, we're gonna just get some more imaging done. At this point, man, look, we're 3 days into August. We're about to be a week into August. He was supposed to. This is the timeline that he was supposed to be coming back, hopefully. And he's not. It's been quite a while. At this point, I'm not sure if Aaron Judge is coming back, you know? I really ain't. It feels like he's not. To me personally, it feels like he's not coming back. So, yeah. We'll see. Cashman is going to gaslight us. Our version of Lee Major's 6 minute. Oh. Ramos and Garcia look like brother. You're right. You know what's funny? It's true. I was thinking the same thing, Jack Easy. Like they got two guys who look the same. And if you pair them up with Amer Rosario, put them all three side by side, you can't tell the difference. You can't tell it. Luis Garcia looks like Big Pun's son. That's what he looks like to me. That's what he looks like. But look, guys, we got a lot of work to do, man. We got a lot of work to. Unfortunately, that's it. The trade deadline is up. That's the one thing. Like when before the trade deadline, you at least have the hope. Like, man, we can make these moves at the trade deadline and really, get the roster right. We could get the team right at the trade deadline. After the trade deadline, it's kind of like, man, you look at your team and it's like, bro, this is what we're going to battle with, right? This is all we got now. And when I look at the Yankees team, I'm like, man, this is what we're going in there with. This is what we're going to walk into or try to walk into October with and try to win something. Man, it's going to be a long shot. It is definitely a long shot that this team wins anything. I'd be surprised right now if they can even make it past the first round, But we'll see. We'll see, guys. Anyway, man, that's going to do it for me. I think I'm going to sign off over here. Let me say what's up to Ace, though, real quick. Yeah, I'm surprised we kept all these guys. What is the point of keeping Luis Hill? What is the point of keeping any of these guys, right? That's my whole thing. Why? Even if you just get back money, even if we traded him for freaking cash considerations or for some prospect in low A that probably is never gonna make it. Like, let's just get something for these guys. Like, what is the point? I feel like the Yankees, like we're trying to win the AAA World Series more than we're trying to win the real World Series. Like, what's the point, guys? Why didn't we trade Volpe? His time has come. He's not the shortstop. Like, why didn't we trade Volpe? Why didn't we trade Luis Hill? Right? Dominguez, right? They knew they were gonna win. As soon as they signed Elliot Ramos, they knew they were gonna set down Jason Dominguez. Why? So why didn't you trade him? Why didn't you make another deal somewhere? And there's so many more names. Like, why didn't you trade them? What is the point of hoarding these guys? Why? What's the point of hoarding them? Because that's exactly what we're doing. What is the point? You got I'm sure like Oswaldo Cabrera, I'm sure that on any other team, he can probably be a utility guy, right? I'm sure we could have got something for him. Like, especially if we bundle these guys up together, we could have got something decent, at least an arm. Right now, we need arms. I get it, we got arms coming, but until they're here, so yeah, man. Ace says Yankees. I can't read. Yankees legit gave us Lombard to cover up for the shitty deadline. They are so predictable. I mean, we knew that was going to happen. I already knew they were going to. Yeah. I will say this, though. Look, I don't want the deadline to spoil Lombard's Major League debut because I am excited. I was excited today with Luis Garcia. When he hit that home run, dude, and I haven't felt this thrilled about this team, I don't think all season. Right? I haven't felt that rush. Like, it felt so good, right? And I mean, it lasted about 15 minutes because then they just blew it and gave up freaking 7 runs or whatever it was. But when Luis Garcia hit that home run, man, that was the best feeling I had all season watching the Yankees. I can't think of a better moment for me anyway. And look, I would say this, like, it's not over. It's not like it is over. Like, this team still is most likely going to make the playoffs. And like they say, once you're in the playoffs, it's a crapshoot. You still have a chance, but it's highly unlikely this team is going to go anywhere. But at least we can look forward to George Lombard Jr., right? At least we can look forward to that. I hope that at least at the very minimum, he shows. Now, I'm not saying he's going to come over here and hit 300 and go crazy, but if he can show glimpses of a freaking of a major league shortstop, right? Not a a guy who could. We already know he could field this position, man. So I think we'll be in good hands with George Lombard Jr. What's up, Kelvin, man? Oh yeah, man. The Yankees are the kings of gaslighting. Oh man, they're the freaking best, dude. Volpe won't be able to play second either. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Ace, like, why didn't they just trade Volpe? They knew they were gonna call up George Lombard Jr. It's not like they just made this decision tonight. They knew they were gonna call him up. So why they didn't trade these guys, man? Like, what are you waiting? Like, I feel like Cashman, he be doing too much, man. That's why I respect the Rays, I respect the Dodgers, I respect the Boston Red Sox, and the Red Sox don't be doing shit, man. And they were making moves. They were overpaying for guys because guess what? If that's your guy, if that's your guy and you want that player, then you overpay for him. It's okay because you still get your guy. The Yankees don't do that. The Yankees are like, they just, I don't know. The Yankees are waiting for these players to fall on their lap. That's what Cashman's doing. He's waiting for these players to fall on his lap. And guess what? That's not happening anymore. And that's why he sucks at his job. That's why he hasn't been good in a very long time. I don't care. He hasn't been good. The Luis Garcia move was a good move. I give him that. But that's a drop in the bucket, in terms of what this team needs. And the only reason why we need all these things is because this is his roster, his construction. And even the Luis Garcia move, as good as I think his bat is, it's still not a fit, man. We're trying to, squeeze a square peg into a round hole with him. Because you're going to have to platoon him. So that's just another thing. And then you got Stanton, taking live at bats right now. And I don't even want to think about when he comes, how they gonna work that out. I don't, Elliot Ramos, I'm not gonna act like I'm super familiar with the dude, but from everything I've seen, he looks like a guy who strikes out 30% of the time, which is kind of what we were trying to go away from, isn't it? Weren't we trying to get more contact on this team? I don't know, but we'll see. Right? I guess maybe he's an upgrade from Jason Dominguez. I don't know. So Judge walk-off home run versus the Rays is the best moment of the year. Yeah, man, but that feels like so long ago at this point. It feels like so long. I think this one gave me more. I don't know. This one felt like hope. When Luis Garcia hit that home run today, when he did this, it felt like hope to me. And all of that, it lasted 10 minutes.
Deep right field. Welcome to the Bronx, Luis.
This felt like hope.
Yankees lead.
And it lasted all but, 15 minutes? And the hope was just sucked out of that stadium. So, yeah, man. We'll see what happens. But anyway, man, make sure you like the video if you can. Please like it. I'm gonna try to be streaming more, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I gotta feed the algorithm a little bit. You gotta feed the algorithm. So like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys joining me. It's late. Let's go Yankees, man. It ain't over. It ain't over. But we got a lot of work to do. With that being said, have a great night. God bless you all. Peace.